If you haven't seen the movie It Ends With Us, I highly recommend it. It is a perfect depiction of what it's like for a woman to be in a narcissistic abusive relationship. At the end of this video, I attached a interview with the actor who plays Ryle, the narcissistic abusive man. And just like he says in his video, women are constantly victim blamed as, why did you stay? Why didn't you leave earlier? You instigated it. Well, you know he has anger issues. You should have left him alone. Why didn't you see the signs earlier? We are constantly questioned. And not only are we abused within the relationship, but then we are abused from outsiders asking us these just victim blaming questions instead of saying, wait a second, why are these men like this? Why don't the men change? Why don't the men better themselves? Instead, they stay the same exact person and they just move on to another victim.
To showing what clearly you learned from talking to all of these survivors.
Yeah, well, the first thing is, like, what Ryle does in the movie is unforgivable. And there's never an excuse. No matter how much trauma a man has, there is never an excuse to lay hands and hurt a woman, physically or emotionally. And we have to also understand that the majority of domestic violence isn't visible. These are the scars are invisible. These are things that, it's emotional, it's gaslighting, it's all of the various things that so many people experience. So for me, the secret, if there was a secret, was to just make sure that the audience understood why Lily could fall in love with him. Because I didn't want anyone judging her. I think we judge enough women and victims, and we've been asking the same question for years, like, why doesn't she leave? I didn't want anyone to ask that question. I wanted people to understand
why they stayed.
Why?
Because that's the question.
But the real question is, why do we keep allowing men to harm?